Man, it's your boy, Coach 400. You know what I'm saying? Coach 400. This video we're gonna have to be a little bit more quiet because it is 1:03 a.m. right now, and I just found the inspiration to just make this video and stuff like that. But my roommates are asleep and stuff right now. But anyways, that's besides the point. I kind of want to reconstruct my entire channel to be something far more useful and influential for those that actually do need it. And as me being an athlete and just understanding the fact of what track and field has done for me, I wanted to be able to find a way to give back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like what I was doing originally was bad. Like I definitely like the whole comedy aspect of things. But as far as moving on forward, I kind of want to utilize my channel and utilize the knowledge and wisdom that I do personally has as an athlete and be able to disperse this and distribute this amount of information to those that are seeking for it and do need help for it. You know what I'm saying? As far as them competing or any sort of, other coaches, you feel what I'm saying? But other than that, we're going to proceed with this video. We're going to talk about track and field. We're going to talk about overall sprinting. I might possibly be implementing other aspects as far as like the jumps. Once I started getting more familiar and stuff like that and more knowledgeable, and obviously I have friends for that. But right now, in my personal track career, I'm a sprinter. I do the 60 meters all the way to 400 meters, but 400 meters mainly for the relay. I have ran the 400 individually and just wasn't as pleasant as I thought. But for the most part, man, I'm a 60 guy to 200. But fast forward to that, what are we going to talk about today? And we're going to talk about what I think is, I want to say it's the most important thing, but something that we should, as far as being sprinters, should emphasize a lot more of. And this is just front side mechanics. Now, for those that aren't aware of what front side mechanics is basically what your lower limb does on the front side. That's the best way I could explain it. What your limbs do on the front side of your sprinting mechanics, you know what I'm saying? And obviously you do have back mechanics and stuff like that, backside mechanics, but I noticed that sprinters that are, in the elite level or the ones that are running very, very fast, if you look at their mechanics and kind of just dissect it down, I'm not saying their backside mechanics isn't good, but if you look at their front side mechanics, it's so much more efficient and it seems like it's more effective, if that makes sense. And so I'm gonna put up images and give you guys more of a visual of and pretty much thoroughly explain on what I mean by this, right? So right here, we have a clear demonstration of I wish the angle was a little bit more upright, but some people have more of a forward lean and that's okay. But this has the front and back side mechanics. Now, front side mechanics typically, obviously, utilizing your arms, your limbs, as far as like, your knees, your ankles, hips, stuff like that, keeping everything on the front side of things. When you tend to have backside mechanics, it's taking your legs a lot longer to recover and get that initial next step into your sprinting motion. You know what I'm saying? So emphasizing more on the front side mechanics, keeping everything forward and pushing through and attacking the ground while we sprint, right? Now, this right here is a more better demonstration. Now, obviously she's more of, it's more of a drill for her right here. This is more of like a drill. I believe she's doing a little bit more of like a skip motion. And it basically right here just pretty much explains and gives you more of an idea, like calf close to hamstrings. Now, obviously it doesn't have to, this is more of an exaggerated motion, but keeping that knee up, keeping that nice. I know if you guys see right here, she has her foot dorsal flex. This is where you could apply force into the ground. There's a lot of toesy sprinters out here, and there's a lot of individuals out here that kind of sprint and they're a little bit on their heels and stuff like that. I want you guys to sit back and realize that the more you dorsal flex, the more efficient your front side mechanics will be. And you notice down here, the foot pushes straight downwards. Get that vertical push, pushing downwards into the ground and getting that same force in return for your sprinting motion. That will help you propel yourself downwards in the track. Now, what can we do possibly to improve in our front side mechanics? Obviously, we have the drills, we have A skips, we have B skips. My personal favorite, and I feel like this is what helped me a lot. And my coach here at St. Mary's have implemented this in our workout regimen and in our sprinting program. But wickets, I think wickets are by far one of the best drills. This is what's going to help maximize front side mechanics for sure. Having wickets, you could do, I know, I hope you guys notice that there are cones and there are a little bit of, I don't know, off to the side. Those are when I think of wickets, that's what I think of. But you could also have the little cones as well. But so the intent here is to have your sprinters, obviously these distances right here in between, they're more measured and stuff like that to the ideal sprinter. But the ideal stride length, let me be more specific. But as you go through these wickets, the intent is to have everything forward as far as you striking, as far as just ground contact, and as far as the frequency of your sprint mechanics. You know what I'm saying? This right here, I feel like it's a good way to activate those muscles and understand that, like, hey, keeping everything front side. Now, if you are a more backside dominant, more likely you're gonna hit the wicket. You are. And so this kind of just minimize that, you know, and gives you more of an emphasis on like where to keep your foot strike at, and again with the whole frequency and stuff like that. And again here, this right here is more of a visual demonstration. Hip flexion, knee drive, and again, this is a little bit like his ankle his foot should be a little bit more dorsal flex. He kind of looks like slightly plantar flex. We don't want that. We want more of like a dorsal flex foot. And again, we utilize that to just attack the ground, and utilizing that force, again, it propels you forward. And these are important ways to getting faster. You know what I'm saying? And personally, within my sprinting career, I mean, these are things that I personally emphasize on, and what's helped me a lot becoming just a better sprinter. Originally, I started off as a jumper, and for jumpers, it is also very good to work on sprint mechanics and stuff like that because you are running on the runway. But as I transitioned to becoming a full-time sprinter, I realized that, like, wow, this is a lot more technical than I anticipated, you know. And so when you really dial it down and try to simplify everything and try to grasp all the knowledge that you're gaining from your coach, you really got to understand that mechanics play a huge factor. And there are those that are very athletic and that are very gifted and talented, but when it really comes down to the elites, they really do focus on their overall mechanics and their technique. So I want you guys to utilize this information and apply that to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get fast. It's your boy, Coach 400.